Everyone plans their trip to the Azores around São Miguel, but they actually forget one island that locals actually recommend. Flores is the farthest island from the mainland, so most travelers assume it's too much hassle to include. But if you know how to plan around the flights and the demand, it might be the most memorable part of your entire trip. My name is Fabio from Azores Unlocked. I'm born in Flores, and in this video I'll show you exactly what you need to do to prepare yourself before you visit Flores Island in the Azores. The Azores, it's different in size, different on their people, food, gastronomy, their sightseeings. But for many travelers, Flores is considered one of the most beautiful islands of the Azores. It's not just because I'm from there, but the reality is that including many travelers and locals of the Azores, they consider Flores Island as one of the most beautiful islands to visit when planning your trip to the Azores. In Flores Island, you have Poço da Alagoinha. Is this iconic image of the Azores, which most probably you have seen before. There you will find multiple waterfalls going down this hill on the west side of the island, and a beautiful green lake which forms just on the bottom. To get there is very easy and is guaranteed that you will not regret after you visit it. As well, Poço do Bacalhau on the west part of the island in Feijão Grande village. This is a very unique waterfall because you can actually swim there, and many people do it despite the cold water. As well, on the west part of the island, you have the viewpoint of Portal over Feijãozinha and Feijão Grande villages. This Miradouro or viewpoint, it's very beautiful, and I'm sure that you will not regret going there. It's very easy to get there, you have parking just outside, and the view is magnific. Next, in Flores, you find Baia da Alagoa. This is situated on the east side of the island, between Santa Cruz and Cedros. To get there, it's easy, you can just park outside. There is a small trail, 5 minutes walking, and once you get there, it's a very beautiful place by the coast where you find those two rocks by the ocean, and it's a very good place for photos and to relax and to be in peace. On the north part of the island, you have Ilheu de Maria Vaz, this islet by the northwest coast of the island. It's very beautiful, and to get there it's easy. You just have to drive to the north to Ponta Delgada, go by the lighthouse area, and there you will find this beautiful view where you can take very good photos. And of course, the most western sunsets in Europe you will find on the west coast of Flores Island. I advise you to go for dinner on the west side of the island and stay there for this magnific sunset. As well, in Flores Island you can do multiple activities, from boat tours around Flores Island or to Corvo, where you can actually have the opportunity to see dolphins. As well, if you're more adventurous and you like adrenaline, you can do canyoning by different waterfalls. Of course, the level will differ by your experience in canyoning. Flores is as well very rich in trails. You will find trails by the coast, on the center of the island. Some trails are easier, others are a little bit more complicated. However, you can just take your time and enjoy the magnific views that you'll find on the different trails. You can also do van or taxi tours around the island of Flores. Those tours are guided tours. They can take multiple hours, and the guide will take you around the island to different hotspots, so you don't miss anything. But I would not pretend that it's easy to get to this island. Now I will show you what it needs to make sure that you prepare yourself before traveling there. If you want to be sure that you are well prepared for your trip to the Azores, you can actually download my free itinerary here. Link is on the description, or you can also book a call with me. It's for free. As well, link in the description. After this call, I will design and plan your trip to the Azores, so you don't have to worry about all the struggle and the different details that you have to take into consideration when planning a trip to the Azores. Flores Island doesn't make it easy to visit, and I think this is one of the reasons why it actually stays this way. Getting here is just half of the way. Once you arrive in Flores, it's very important that you have an accommodation, and here I will show you how you can better prepare for it. If you're coming from United States or from Canada to the Azores, there are multiple direct flights which you can book, for example from Boston, from New York, or from Toronto. Those direct flights that go to Terceira Island or to São Miguel, they take about 4 to 5 hours, and this is the fastest way that you have right now to arrive in Azores. Once you arrive in São Miguel or Terceira, To get to Flores Island, you will need to book an inter-island flight with SATA, which is the only airline that at the moment flies between islands. A flight in between São Miguel or Terceira to Flores Island can take about 1 hour, which is very fast. And as a side note, you cannot go by ferry or by boat. This is a question that many people have, if it's possible to travel between islands by boat. Yes, it's possible between some of the islands, such as Pico, São Jorge and Faial, but not between São Miguel, Terceira and Flores. Once you arrive in Flores Island, in my opinion, the best way you have to move around is by renting a car. You also have the option to book a taxi or use public transportation. However, public transportation in Flores Island is very limited, so I don't advise you to do that. There is public transportation, there is a bus that will bring you around the island to different places. However, it's very limited, as I just said. If you want to have most freedom and to be able to visit different parts of the island, my final advice is to rent a car, and this has to be done in advance. Flores Island doesn't have room for last-minute plans. If you want to visit Flores Island, it's very important that you decide and that you book your accommodation as early as possible. Getting accommodation in Flores Island, it's actually not the easiest task, and this has for multiple reasons. First of all, the demand is big and the supply is low when comparing to other islands. So it's advisable that you book your accommodation as much in advance as possible, so you can make sure that you find accommodation that you want and that you also find an affordable price. Again, as I said, the supply is low compared with other islands, which naturally makes the price go up. Just for you to imagine, a price of a house, an apartment or a room in Flores Island can go from 100 to 300 euros easily in the high season. If you're booking outside the high season, let's say from October until March of the next year, you will find better prices, but still the prices can be high if you don't book in advance. As well, you should make sure that you book a rent-a-car as in advance as possible, because this can be limited due to supply. You will find different companies, local from Flores or Azorean companies, where you can book your car or a scooter in Flores Island. However, you need to make sure that you book it in advance, because there is a very high risk that you don't get it as the accommodation. So again, before you book your flight to Flores Island, you need to make sure that you have an accommodation and the rent-a-car booked, and as much in advance as possible, because there is a very high risk that you might not get the accommodation that you want or any accommodation at all. I hope this video has convinced you to add Flores as part of your itinerary when traveling to the Azores. And if you also like this video, please subscribe and put a like on it. Lastly, so don't forget to make sure that you book your accommodation, your rent-a-car and your flights as early as possible, and I hope to see you in Flores one day. Thanks for watching.